What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here. I really want you guys to pay attention to how hard I smack the kids in the gameplay here, but I do hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I know I am. And if you are having a fantastic day, go ahead and press that like button for me. Otherwise, no joke, no scam at all whatsoever. You are going to get punched in the face by a jackrabbit named Tony. Yeah, that's right. Press the like button. Otherwise, a jackrabbit will be bounding into your living room in order to smack you in the nose. I got the ace, baby. Anyways, guys, today I have a story about the time that I got a lawsuit in the mail because I was talking trash on Xbox Live. Yeah, you guys know how it is. Apparently from a very young age, I've been a professional trash talker. Now I've turned it into my literal job, but I guess even when I was a kid, I was pretty damn good. Regardless, it should be a pretty entertaining story that you guys should be entertained by. That's the point of being an entertaining story. I don't know why I said that. So, yeah. Without further ado, let's get into it. Watch me absolutely wreck these noobs for a second round, and, yeah, let's go. So this story takes place in, 6th grade for me when I was about 12 years old, and I hate to make myself sound old here, but the biggest game at the time that, everybody played were all of the Call of Duties. Those were by far the biggest game, and at the time Black Ops 1 was just coming out, you know? It was November, I guess, when I was 12 in 6th grade, and me and my parents had made a deal that if I got straight A's, I was allowed to stay up all night the night Black Ops 1 came out, play it all night, and miss school the next day to play it, you know? And I was super hyped because playing the new Call of Duty for 24 hours straight at midnight when you're 12 is a literal dream come true, alright? When you're a 12-year-old boy, many things make you happy, one of which being able to play video games while skipping school. So I work my balls off, you know, and I get straight A's and I'm able to play Black Ops. So that night, you know, before Black Ops comes out, I'm on YouTube looking up best level up guides to prestige the fastest, you know, because I wanted to be the first person out of my friend group to prestige, and because they all had to go to school, I was sick, this is perfect. And there was this game mode in this Call of Duty called Search and Destroy. And for those of you who don't know what it is, it doesn't really matter, but the important thing to know is that for whatever reason on Xbox 360, Call of Duty had this thing where you had to be in game chat. You couldn't be in a private chat with just your friends if you were playing this game mode. You had to be inside the public chat where everyone could hear you, so all of your teammates could hear you, right? And you know, most of the time that doesn't sound too bad until you get to a situation where you're playing by yourself and there's another group that's talking to each other in the game, and you can eavesdrop on all their conversations because they literally can't have a private conversation. And so Black Ops comes out and I'm playing Search and Destroy by myself, just doing my best to level up, being a little bit of a loser, absolutely on my grind, sweating as hard as I can to level up as fast as possible. And I'm in this S&D game, dude, and I swear to you that I'm in a game with 2 Navy SEALs. There's 2 people that are in my game, and you know, they're doing all these military callouts. They're Bravo Dark 6, Impact, Echo, Foxtrot, Echo, Dash, Bravo, Dash 9, or screaming stuff like that. And whenever one of them gets shot, they're shots fired, hit the ground, Echo, Foxtrot, 9, shots inbound. They're screaming into your mic. They're a little too into it. And judging off their voices, it's I don't know, I would guess maybe a 30-year-old woman in a dude who takes himself way too seriously and has a vape pen that's too large. Don't ask me how I can tell that from just their voices, but trust me, that's about what it is. So I have these 2 Navy SEALs in this voice chat screaming call-outs, just being abhorrently loud and screaming at the fact that they're getting shot at in Call of Duty. So one time the round starts and you know, they're all right, follow me, box trot, crouch down not to get seen by the window, and they get shot. And when the shot comes in from the enemy team, they start screaming like banshees, trying to figure out where it's coming from, and they're get down, screaming. So I laugh, and I have my mic plugged in so that way I can hear everything. Well, I guess when I laughed, I really offended them and their military tactics, because they start just absolutely freaking out, losing it. They're oh my god, it's not funny, you obviously aren't taking this game seriously. You do realize on the back of the cover of the game it says that this is a tactical game, and laughing at us taking it seriously isn't tactical, da-da-da-da-da. And here's the worst part. There's this little thing in Call of Duty you can do called pulling up the scoreboard, and I was on top of the scoreboard. So it's not like I suck. So I point out to them that their tactics have them at the bottom of the scoreboard. Meanwhile, I'm at the top, which I mean, like, yes, is trash talking, but when grown adults just start freaking out on you for being 12, you know, like, I don't know what to do, and sucking for not taking them seriously when they're screaming military callouts. So obviously I'm talking trash now into the mic, and they can hear how young I am considering that I'm like 12. So the girl, you know, in her very thick, yummy accent, I say yummy sarcastically, is like, "You're not even old enough to play this game," you know, does one of those. And I'm like, all right, well, my parents let me play it, so whatever, like, it doesn't really matter, you know? And they're like, "Oh my God, you know, your parents are so irresponsible." So I just decide to mess with them because they're obviously very easy to bait, all right? Like, this is definitely not the most mature decision, okay? I'm not saying that I am a model for behavior to, like, make friends and whatnot, but I decide, since these people are so upset that I'm young and are very tactical and are very upset when you laugh at them, that I'm just gonna mess with them. Like, I really am just gonna piss them off as much as humanly possible, which, yes, is not nice, all right? Is it nice? No, not really. Is it entertaining? Hell yeah. Like, if you've ever been a gamer and gotten somebody so mad where they leave a game, you know what I'm saying. There is something very entertaining about it, all right? Like, yes, is that kind of embarrassing to say? Sure, but if you've ever made somebody rage at a Call of Duty game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, hands down, for sure. You know the feeling. I can't deny it. So whatever, the entire game, I'm just trolling them, talking trash. I was like following them around, shooting my gun in the air so that the other team could see where they are while they were trying to be all tactical, just messing with them. And we end up winning the game, just to be clear, and I think I ended up having like the second most amount of, like, you know, kills in the game. So it's not like they carried me, all right? Like, I was doing pretty good. So I obviously think this is hilarious because I'm making two adults freak out while also playing well and winning. So we leave the game and whatever, and I'm chilling there, and I'm like, all right, I'm done playing Search and Destroy. You know, I want to just chill in my own little chat with some of my other friends that were online. So I go to my invites, and usually I had like my notifications off because I don't know, I just wanted to feel cool, and that's what all the YouTubers back then used to do. And I was like, yeah, I want to be a YouTuber one day, so if I turn off my Xbox notifications, I'll be a YouTuber somehow. So I go to accept the party invite, and I realize that the people in the game that I was messing with, they were probably on messing with, sorry, have invited me to a party. And like, this doesn't happen very often, and I had so much fun messing with them that I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll join the party. What's the worst thing that could happen? And this is like way back in the day, you know, this is a long time ago. And at the time, I was young, and like the internet was still younger, I guess. So I didn't really realize that when you join an Xbox Live party, like, people can grab your IP address, right? So I joined the party, and I'm talking trash and like just messing with them, you know, and they're like, oh yeah, you think you're a big tough guy? You think you're a big tough guy? And it's like the girl that I was messing with and the guy that were in the game, and it's us three in the party. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know, I think I'm pretty tough, like, I'm 7'6" and jacked, there's no way you can fight me. Keep in mind, you know, I'm 12, so it sounds like this. Yeah, guys, I'm 7'6" and jacked, dude, I will fight you, dude. Dude, you're so stupid. Like, it just sounds ridiculous. So I'm just goofing off, talking trash, doing what I gotta do. And that's when arguably the scariest thing that could ever happen when you're in an Xbox Live party talking trash to strangers happens. My address starts being read out to me by this dude, and he's dead accurate. Like, he starts reading my address, so I go silent, and they start laughing, and they're like, yeah, you're not so tough now, like, we're gonna report you to Xbox for being underage and playing Call of Duty, like, you know, we might even show up to your house and cause some problems. I'm sure your parents wouldn't be enthralled if, like, I just said enthralled, would not be happy if they found out what their kid was saying on Xbox Live talking trash. And I'm just silent because here I was talking trash over a Call of Duty game, and now 12-year-old me is having my address read to me by strangers in an Xbox Live party. And I'm like, all right, well, my mom always told me not to talk to strangers on the internet or I was gonna get kidnapped, and this is how it happens, you know? Tonight while I'm trying to sleep, these people that I was making fun of on Xbox Live are gonna like creep into my window and take me, and that's gonna be it. That's just my life now. This is the situation that I've put myself in. So my address gets read to me, and they're like, don't worry, we have something coming to your house. And I'm like, oh my God. It was already hard enough to convince my parents to let me play Xbox Live, all right? But like the first time I ever pull an all-nighter playing video games and strangers are gonna send something to my house, so I'm like, well, what are you sending to my house? And they're like, oh, we'll see, you'll see, you'll see. And I'm like, oh, shit. So whatever. So I'm kind of like, well, this is not very enjoyable. I try my best to go back to playing Call of Duty. I low-key suck for like a couple hours because I'm stressing out. So I go to sleep, I wake up, and I like kind of try to forget that it ever happened. Nothing came to my house while I was out, so I'm like, all right, well, no harm, no foul. So I woke up pretty early to like play more Call of Duty all day. So I spent that entire day playing Call of Duty, and it came out on a Thursday. So like I played all day on a Friday, and then I played all weekend. So the entire weekend, all Friday, I'm playing, and like by the time Monday comes around, I have completely and totally forgotten about this crazy lady that has read out my address. I know that's weird to say because I feel like, somebody doxing you is like should be more memorable, but I was busy playing video games with my friends and, doing stuff. So like whatever, I kind of forget about it. And so one day I come home from school and my parents like work from home. So they're always kind of home. Or they were at a certain point, like when I was older-ish, I guess, and this was right when they had started to work from home. So I'm like 12 years old, and my parents are home this day, and I come home, and my dad's sitting there, and he's holding this envelope, and he's like, hey, is there anything you want to tell me about what happened on Xbox? And I'm like, no, what do you mean? Like, what happened on Xbox? He's like, I feel like we've told you that you can always come to us and tell us anything, and like, the dangers of strangers, so why are you giving strangers our address, especially strangers that are like this crazy? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he shows me the letter, dude, and I shit you not, in blue crayon, on this like white piece of printer paper is this letter basically saying that like I'm going to be sued by Microsoft because I'm underage and I'm playing Call of Duty and like I was talking trash to these people in this Xbox Live party in crayon. This person had gotten my address from this Xbox Live party and decided to write a fake lawsuit from Microsoft basically telling my parents that I was no longer allowed to play Xbox. So I'm like, oh, that's weird. I have no idea what it is. And my dad obviously doesn't believe it. So he pries the information out of me. And like, I swear I've never seen my dad be more convinced that, Russian hackers were low-key reading every email he's ever sent. He like reset all of our Wi-Fi stuff, made us get a new router, which I don't really understand because like they already had our address. And anyways, yeah, I had to explain to my dad that like some crazy lady doxed me in an Xbox Live party and then sent a lawsuit written up in crayon to our house. And I actually ended up getting my Xbox taken away for about a year. Yeah, I didn't get it back till I was like almost 14. So definitely not worth it, all right? Moral of the story is be careful who you talk trash to because you never know what redneck who's low-key dating her brother is going to leak your address and get your Xbox taken away. I'm pretty sure that's the moral of the story. Honestly, guys, it just do be like that sometimes. I don't know why crazies are attracted to me. I definitely shouldn't have baited them, dude, and honestly, I will never forget the fear that went into my heart as soon as they started reading my address, all right? Because, like, talking trash is all fun and games until, adults are going to show up at your address and fight you even though you're 12 years old talking trash on Call of Duty, But that's life sometimes. Regardless, guys, if you enjoyed the video, I would really, really appreciate you pressing the like button. It helps the video do better. And if you've made it this far, go ahead and comment. I don't know, comment your first gamer tag down below. Mine was really, really bad. It was like Debater Kid 2019, which is weird because I made it in 2009, so I don't know what was up with that, but regardless, that's pretty cringe. Let me know what your guys' does down below, and if you really want to support the channel and be an OG sub club member, go check out the merch on Teespring. It'll only be here till the main channel hits 2 mil subs, and considering we just hit 1.8 million like right now, I don't know how much longer that will be. So, yeah, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Today's notification shout-out goes to Timbo. Over on the Twitch streams, he's been an absolute legend. So, I figured I would give him a shout-out on here. So, yeah, shout-out to you. And on that note, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm out. Peace.